Okay, this is Captain Larry, and if you want to live through this coronavirus problem and have your family and loved ones live through it, not be responsible for killing somebody else, you'll listen to what I have to say right now. If you want to listen to the orange meanie, well, you go ahead and improve the gene pool by dying. That's okay by me. But these are the things that you need to protect yourself and protect other people. It's not complicated at all. The first thing you need are gloves. And you use gloves to protect yourself from picking up the virus and other infections from the environment. You need a mask. And you need a mask to protect other people. I'm not going to claim this will protect you. It may, but it certainly will protect other people. We all exhale water droplets and water vapor. Viruses and bacteria that carry disease travel on those water droplets and other people inhale them. When you cover up your mouth and capture those water droplets, you don't share whatever disease you're carrying, whether it's a common cold or a virus, the flu, whatever it is, you don't share it with other people. You reduce a large percentage of what you would otherwise be breathing out into the atmosphere and the air that you share with other people. When you're in public, wear gloves, wear a mask. Now this is a common non-sterile face mask. This was sold by CVS. The reason you can't get these anymore is because they were made in Thailand. So you can thank your handy dandy offshore capitalists who took a production of every single living thing and sent it offshore to. They didn't have environmental regulations or pay taxes or worker safety or pensions, whatever it is. You can't get one of these now because of those guys. Here's a common disposable glove. These can be latex, these can be nitrile, it doesn't matter. I got these recently at the hardware store. They're probably likely still available from a hardware store. Good luck, you're not going to get a mask. But guess what? If you cannot buy a simple mask like this is not an N95. This is just a folded, pleated, microfiber kind of mask. If you can't find a 3M simple dust mask, a nuisance mask at the hardware store, then get into your sock drawer and get yourself a nice fat double layer cotton sock and a couple of clothespins and make yourself a damn mask. Whatever you have to do. If you're going to make it out of folded paper towels, there's plenty of recipes on the internet for folding a paper towel, making a pleated mask out of it, and using a couple of rubber bands to make a mask. If you want to get a coffee filter and a mask like this and put them together, go for it. Just do something so people aren't breathing your water droplets. We don't need it. Now, the next thing you got to do is disinfect everything that comes into your house, into your pocket, into your car. If you go shopping and get items, if you get mail, you're going to handle them with the gloves on. And you're going to disinfect them with a solution of Clorox and water. Very simple. Household bleach says right on there. Disinfecting bleach. If you look on the back, it'll tell you that it kills 99% of Staphylococcus, rhinovirus, salmonella, a whole host of bacteria and viruses are killed by this stuff, and it doesn't have to be very strong. How strong does it have to be, and how do you make it? Okay, one half cup, that's this, 1/2 cup of water. This is water here. 1/2 cup of water of Clorox in a gallon of water is a disinfecting solution. Here's a juice bottle. This is 2 quarts. It's a 1/2 gallon, 64 ounces. Half of this. Okay, so there's a 1/2 cup. Now we're going to take half of that, 4 ounces. Well, that's 2 ounces. In this bottle makes a good disinfecting solution. When I take my groceries, when I get my groceries at the grocery store, first of all, I take a rag, a clean rag or paper towels in this bottle with me, and I disinfect the whole cart. I'm wearing gloves. Put all my groceries in there, go up to the counter, disinfect the terminal, disinfect the place where I'm going to put my groceries if I can, disinfect where I'm going to set down my money, pay for it, get the groceries, go outside, put the groceries, if you don't have a pickup truck and you're going to put them in your car, leave the groceries in the cart and disinfect them one by one. Take every single bottle and can and package and wipe it all over with this Clorox and water solution. If you need to dry it with a paper towel, fine. Then after it's disinfected, put it in your car. Don't put it in there. Take the paper bags that come from the store. You don't want any damn paper bags. You can't disinfect paper. It's really difficult to do. If they'll give you plastic bags, you can get a spray bottle, which is really wonderful, and spray the chlorine in there, shut the bottle up, shut the bag up, and leave it in there while you drive home. But make sure you wipe every single inch of every piece of thing that you bought before you go and put it in your car or put it in your house. You do not want to contaminate your car or your house with anything that came from the store. Okay, so here's these gloves. Say you've only got 2 of these or 4 of them and you can't get any more. What do? Get yourself a plastic tub. Put this disinfecting Clorox and water in it. Put the gloves in there. Let them sit overnight. I just soaked about a dozen gloves because I was going into every store. Every time I came out, I took off the gloves and put on another pair before I drove the car. Take those used gloves, put them in the disinfecting chlorine, leave them in there overnight, and then hang them up on the line or shake them out or dry them any way you can and reuse them. There's no reason you can't. Okay, that's what you need to do. Now, if you work in the food business, if you work in a grocery store or retail, come into contact with people every day, for Christ's sake, wear a goddamn mask. You are being exposed every day to the coronavirus, and you're certainly being exposed to a lot of other diseases. Why share it? Wear a mask so you're not sharing it with your breath. Wear gloves so that you're protecting yourself, and stick the gloves in some Clorox and water. Nobody can get any rubbing alcohol or hand sanitizer anymore, so use Clorox and water. It works just fine. There you go. Now, say you've got a really heavy-duty situation, you've got to work with sick people or some other situation, get one of these Tyvek suits. Go to the hardware store. Tyvek suit. There you go. You say, well, okay, they say it's a disposable suit. It costs $12 or $13. What am I going to do at the end of the day? Get yourself a hand sprayer, a 1-quart sprayer, and put this disinfecting Clorox in it, or get a garden sprayer and spray it. If you work in a clinic or a hospital and you've got to work with people that are being admitted all the time, go out on the porch and have somebody spray you with a garden sprayer full of Clorox and water a few times a day. What else can you do? Okay, good luck. One last thing. Do not use this stuff. Clorox splashless, thickened splashless Clorox. It says right on the bottle, not to be used for disinfectant. Don't use that. Use plain old-fashioned bleach. Doesn't have to be Clorox. Any old kind of chlorine bleach will be just fine. but don't use this stuff because they tell you not to use it for a disinfectant. One more thing, I had some idiot tell me that these kind of masks don't do any good. You have to have an N95. Oh yeah? Take a look at what this thing says it does. So this is a bacterial filtration efficiency, better than 95%. Particle filtration efficiency, better than 98%. Synthetic blood penetration test, those are fluids, baby. Delta P, those are fluids. Passes at 80 millimeters of mercury. That's a lot of pressure, 80 millimeters of mercury. So you're not going to do that just sneezing through that. So, will it filters out dust, bacteria, smoke, pollen, and it doesn't say so, but obviously water droplets. So, will it filter out a tiny little virus? Probably not. But guess what? The virus are traveling on the water droplets as you exhale. So if you stop the water droplets, guess what you just stopped? You just stopped exhaling the coronavirus. So screw you, Mr. Trump.